But I feel like I haven't done anything stupid on the channel lately. So I'm gonna do something stupid today, which is why you guys have subscribed, right? You're supposed to say yes. Well, I've gone down a bit of a rabbit hole, first of all, in this snapshot pre-release 4 of 1.19.4. They have done a lot of grammar changes. I mean, look at this. Fixed bugs in 1.19.4 pre-4. Some words within /clear are always pluralized. Some words within spread players are always pluralized. /function and /schedule are always pluralized. Multiplayer messages, and it goes on and on and on. But despite all this, if you give yourself, let's say, 1 experience level, it will still always pluralize it. A long way to go. The rabbit hole continues with this. Did you guys know that you can write past the sign if you do this? First of all, go to language, force Unicode font on, and then type whatever you want into the sign. So I'm gonna say, have you subscribed with a smiley face? And that fills up the text that I can type in. Press done, and then go back to the language, and then force Unicode font off. Press done, and you can see the text has surpassed or exceeded the boundaries. And it's interesting how it does this, because if you turn all the way around, the text unrenders, and then it renders back. I've actually done something totally, absolutely magical and magnificent. I've put all of the signs filled with the pipe symbol, and then if I go all the way back, it creates a Moir effect. Yeah. Anyway, did you guys know that Steve's inventory is always moist? Inexplicable. Is this considered an intrusive thought? Fun Minecraft fact. Corals can live inside of Steve's inventory, implying that the inventory is inexplicably moist. So according to the I won't say it. Soft and wet go beyond. Now, I've spent some time attempting to dissect what this actually means. So if you place these coral blocks and, for example, the tube coral in dry areas, after a bit of time, they will dry out, like so. And this happens with all of the coral. They will dry out and become gray, dead. So it needs a wet environment to survive, which means if it's in the inventory and it hasn't dried out, that means Steve's inventory is wet. That means he's wet. Not me, Steve. I'm not Steve. Now, this logic completely falls apart. This doesn't really work. Really, it doesn't. Because lava bucket, it doesn't become an obsidian bucket. Not that it exists. I mean, there's no such thing as an obsidian bucket. So we have 4 fire-related items in the game. If Steve is in fact wet enough, these things would be doused. They wouldn't be working anymore. In addition, we have sponges. We have a wet sponge and a dry sponge. If Steve is moist enough, this sponge would be wet. However, as you can see, it is not wet. It is dry. So what is happening here? Steve stores things in his mouth, and it does not produce enough saliva to turn it wet. Oh, wait. I think there's strength to that argument. You know how when you throw things on the ground, it looks like it's coming from your mouth? Oh my god. I am freaking out right now. The very small amounts of saliva produced by Steve's mouth are not enough to put out fires. I hate you, Steve.